Hey YouTube, this is Firewizard23, and welcome back to Let's Play the Pokemon Trading Card Game! When we left off in the first episode, we just finished up the practice duel over here with Sam, and we now have a Charmander and Friends deck. First, let's do a little bit of configuration. I want to increase the message speed to the maximum. Let's show all the duel animation for this point. Let's take a look at the deck. Here's my Charmander and Friends deck. You can have up to 4 decks in this game. As long as you have all the cards for each type of deck. I guess it's like if you actually have the real cards in real life. You know, you wouldn't, let's say you had like just one particular card, but you wanted to use it in 2 decks. You would have to have one of each card to be in each deck. So these decks are contingent upon you having enough cards to actually support all 60 cards in each deck. Which, like I said before, you do actually have to have 60 cards, so let's take a look here. These are the Pokemon, these first 7 selections. These are trainer cards, and these are energy cards. Take a look. I have Charmanders, level 10. They have Scratch and Ember. Ember does require the discarding of a fire energy card to use it, but it does 30 damage as opposed to the 10, like the Scratch attack. Here's Charmeleon, the first evolved form, has Slash and Flamethrower. Note the varying costs. Flamethrower does require discarding a fire energy, but it does 50 damage. And here is Charizard, the most powerful of all the evolved forms, 2nd level. It has what is known as a Pokemon Power. As long as a Pokemon is on the field somewhere, the Pokemon Power is active. So as often as you like during your turn, before your attack, you may turn all of the energy attached to Charizard into fire energy for the rest of the turn. This power can't be used if Charizard is asleep, confused, or paralyzed. And he has an attack called the Fire Spin that does 100 damage, but you have to discard 2 energy cards attached to Charizard in order to use this attack. Note they are not necessarily fire energy cards, and I'm thinking that might be a typo. Someone tell me if that is. We have a Growlithe. Does a Flare attack for 20 damage. We have Arcanine with Flamethrower and Takedown. Flamethrower requires discarding fire energy. Takedown does 30 damage to Arcanine himself, but does 80 damage to the opponent. Ponyta has Smash Kick and Flametail. Magmar has a Fire Punch, and the Flamethrower that requires discarding fire energy to use the attack. What else we got? We got Lightning Pokemon in here. We got a Pikachu with Gnaw and Thunder Jolt. Thunder Jolt potentially could do 10 damage to Pikachu if a Tails is flipped on a coin flip. Raichu with Agility and Thunder. Agility, okay, if you win a coin flip, it prevents all effects of damage, including damage done to Raichu during the next turn. Thunder could potentially damage Raichu itself. Magnemite has Thunder Wave, which could paralyze the defending Pokemon, and Self-Destruct that destroys Magnemite completely, because it does 40 damage to Magnemite upon using the attack, but it does 10 damage to all the bench Pokemon of both players' benches. 10 damage to all the bench Pokemon, as well as 40 damage to the opponent directly. Interesting to use. Magneton has Thunder Wave, which could paralyze the defending Pokemon. Same idea with Self-Destruct, 80 damage to the opponent, 80 damage to itself, but 20 damage to each Pokemon on each player's bench. And Zapdos. Okay, this is kind of a misnomer. Zapdos is one of the legendary Pokemon, but I guess this card is not one of the legendary Pokemon, so whatever. Thunder damage, that could do damage to itself. And Thunderbolt, which does 100 damage, but you lose all the energy cards attached to Zapdos to use that, so risky. In the fighting category, we have Diglett, who has Dig and Mudslap. Nice. We have Dugtrio with Slash and Earthquake that does 10 damage to each of your own benched Pokemon, doing 70 damage to the opponent. Machop has the low kick attack, as we saw. Machoke, who has Karate Chop, that does, careful here, 50 damage, its base damage, minus 10 damage for every damage counter on Machoke, so be careful with that. And Submission, which does 60 damage, but Machoke will take 20 damage. In the basic Pokemon, the very normal Pokemon, we have Rattata with Bite Attack. We have Raticate with Bite and Super Fang. Does damage equal to the defending Pokemon equal to half the defending Pokemon's remaining HP, rounded up to the nearest 10. Nice. Meowth with Cat Punch. This is a Game Boy Color exclusive card. Does 10 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon chosen at random. And for any of those things that do damage to like a bench Pokemon, they usually always say do not apply weakness or resistance for the attack. Okay, and the trainer cards, we got Professor Oak, which you discard your hand and draw 7 cards. Bill, which lets you draw 2 cards. Switch, which switches your bench Pokemon with the active Pokemon. a bench Pokemon. Computer search, you can discard 2 cards from your hand to look for any card in your deck and then shuffle your hand afterward. Shuffle your deck afterwards. Plus power, which increases the damage using during that turn. When you use plus power, doing 10... I'm sorry if I'm just ranting off. I'm sorry. I feel like I need to really explain all of this, so I'm sorry if you need to pause and take a break for a moment. Plus power, when attached to your active Pokemon, will do 10 additional damage in the next attack. After applying any weaknesses or resistances, you can only use it that one turn. Motion removes 2 damage counters from one of your Pokemon. We saw that in the demo battle. Full heal cures the active Pokemon of asleep, confusion, paralysis, or poison. Energy cards, we have fire energy cards, lightning energy cards, and fighting energy cards. Nice little mix. Okay. So let's talk to some people. The 8 club masters each own a master medal. The secret of each club's deck is encrypted in its master medal. Once you get a master medal, go to the computer room and back. You can place the medals in the auto deck machines to create different decks. Get to that in a minute. To save your game, press start and choose diary from the menu. You can do all sorts of stuff with that PC over there. You can read email from Dr. Mason on that PC too. Really? Let's read the mail. Oh, we have a mail. Firewizard23, it's me, Dr. Mason. Are you getting the hang of the Pokemon trading card game? Well, I just started. I have some information for you about booster packs. If you want to collect the same cards, duel the same person many times to get a particular booster pack. By doing so, you will be able to collect the same cards, making it easier for you to build your deck. Another method for collecting cards is to use the card pop. When you and a friend use card pop, you each receive a new card. Once you pop with a certain friend, you will be able to pop with that friend again. That didn't sound right. So find many friends who own the Pokemon trading card game for Game Boy, and card pop with them to get new cards. Oh, and here's something for you. You receive the Coliseum Booster Pack. Let's see what's inside. We have a Scyther, a Magmar, a Seo, Revive, Meowth, Machop, Magnemite, Abra, Nidoran. I won't go through all these Pokemon. I'll only explain a Pokemon when I actually place it in my deck. But we do have the Revive card, which lets you put one basic Pokemon card from your discard pile on your bench. Put damage counters equal on that Pokemon equal to half its hit points rounded down to the nearest 10. You can't play Revive if your bench is full. Nice. So let's bring a Pokemon back from the dead. And come back to the library whenever you want. You can practice with Sam. I'm sure you already know, but there are 8 clubs. The Fighting, Water, Lightning, Grass, Psychic, Fire, Rock, and Science clubs. The different clubs use cards that are specific to that club. Are you also hoping to inherit the legendary Pokemon cards? If you want the legendary cards, you must defeat the Grand Masters. To duel the Grand Masters, you must first get their Master Medals. The 8 Masters of the card clubs each have a Master Medal. Go to Pokemon Dome if you want to learn more about the legendary cards. When you defeat a Club Master, you'll receive a Booster Pack. Each Booster Pack has 10 cards. The cards differ depending on the Booster Pack you receive. The type of Booster Pack differs depending on who you duel. So, choose your opponent's well. Also have books here you can read. I'm sorry, I'm running out of voice. I think these all just explain how you can win or lose. There's basically 3 ways to win or lose in this game. Either you pick up all your prizes, which means you win. Your opponent runs out of benched Pokemon to replace the active Pokemon after you knock it out, which means you win. Or they have no card to draw when they're required to, which means you win. Those are basically the only 3 winning conditions in the game. Dex, you have to have 60 cards. Stage 1 and Stage 2 evolution. By the way, you cannot evolve a Pokemon twice in one turn. You must evolve it, and then evolve it in the next turn. Evolve it again in the next turn. Energy cards. One energy card per turn, by the way. If that wasn't pretty obvious. Trainer cards you can use as often as you want. Now, here is the deck room. Each of these machines here that don't have lights on, they are deck creation machines. Once you have the Master Medal from that respective club, you can put it in the machine. This is a place where you can auto-build decks. This, I believe, is a dual machine. Oh, it's a deck-saving machine, I beg your pardon. So, if you create a deck you really like, but you're going to take it apart and make different decks, you can come here, save the deck, and then just go make the deck you want to make. Oh, this is a deck-saving machine. You can save your deck configuration. Yep. You need a medal to activate a deactivated auto deck machine. The Master Medal is owned by the Club Masters. Place the medals here after you win them. Then you'll be able to build new decks. Ho-ho! Want to duel me to test your deck? If you win, I'll give you a booster pack, but it only contains energy cards. Would you like to duel Aaron? No. It's important to know how your deck performs. Yeah, but I don't want to do He's good if you just want to get energy cards. But here are the clubs: fighting, water, grass, science, fire, psychic, rock, lightning, and someone's house. And here's the Pokemon Dome and the Challenge Hall. Challenge Hall occasionally has a contest where you can fight a certain number of players to get rare cards. Let's go to the Grass Club. There are some clubs where you're not going to be able to duel certain members until you have enough experience or medals. And this is Ronald. Well, getting the grass medal wasn't that hard. If I keep this up, I should be able to get the legendary Pokemon cards. What? It's you, Firewizard23. What are you doing? Huh, that's a deck, are you? Trying to get the legendary Pokemon cards? Yes! What? I can't believe it. You, the legendary Pokemon cards? Ah! Ha 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 ha! Don't make me laugh. Alright, listen up. I'll teach you what it's about. To inherit the legendary Pokemon cards, you must defeat the 8 Club Masters and get the 8 medals. Then you have to go into Pokemon Dome and defeat all 4 of the Grandmasters there. There's no way you can do it. You might as well just give up and go home, because the legendary Pokemon cards are gonna be mine. I already won the first medal. See ya, Firewizard23. Ha ha ha! What a jerk. That is Ronald, gonna be our rival for the game. This is the Grass Club. All the club entrances look like this, just with different menageries. That is the Grass Club medal, or at least what it looks like. Greetings, welcome to the Grass Club. This club is for girls who love to grow flowers. The Pokemon cards used here are also beautiful flowers. Up there is the main hall, is like the main club hangout, is the, these you call the main gallery of the club. But over here is kind of like the little side room. Only girls are allowed to join the Grass Club, but we're not accepting applications now. Anyway, sorry. Oddish, really Oddish. Oddish is so roly-poly, so cute. I'll give you this Vileplume if you give me an Oddish. Would you like to trade? No. I want an Oddish, roly-poly Oddish. Okay, actually, I want to make a note of that, because a lot of these trades happen, and I tend to forget who wants what card, so I want to make a note of this. Okay, Grass Club. Vileplume for Oddish. Okay, remember, Vileplume is the final evolved form of Oddish. Now, up in these bookcases in each club, you'll find little secrets to these types of Pokemon that they're using. So just give some general ideologies. What you should do with these. Poisoning it discusses because a lot of grass Pokemon can poison. Lots of grass Pokemon can evolve to stage 2. Actually, that is correct. I mean, Bellsprout can, Oddish can, Bulbasaur can. Oh, there's actually a lot of stage 2 evolution in grass. I really love this dual hall. There's so much greenery and so many beautiful flowers. And there's another computer here if you want to read more mail. These are girls who are necessary for like the card pop and link duels, but we can't use them right now. But I've avoided talking to this particular girl right here. Who is she? Taking care of plants is hard work. Let me rest for a while. Who? The master of the Grass Club? Do you mean Nikki? Nikki's out. I need a break. Do you want to play the Pokemon trading card game with me? And next time, we will duel Brittany for our very first duel, and let's play the Pokemon trading card game. This is Firewizard23 saying take care and bye-bye for now.